Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I've missed y'all. I hope y'all missed me. Thank y'all to the ones that have stayed down and been there with me, because I was going through something of a life slump and then something of a reading slump, and they both like intertwined and both tried to take me out. Not literally, I'm fine, but yeah. So I'm going to be wrapping up today what I read in August and September. I read 10 books total in those 2 months. So in August, I read Blood Like Fate by Liselle Sambury. This was the second installment in the Blood Like Magic duology. I gave it 3.75 stars. Next, I read I'll Have What He's Having. This was an arc by Adib Khorram. I gave this one 4 stars. Then I read Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown. I gave that one 4.25 stars. Then I read Keep You to Myself by Danae, 4.75 stars. Then the second, it's like a bonus story, but it's like the second one in this series. I don't know if she's gonna continue or not, but it's called Keep Giving Me Love by Danae. I gave that one 4.25. So that was all in August, 5 books. Then in September, I read another 5 books. So first I read Finding My Bodyguard by a.blossom. I gave that one 4 stars. I read I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend by Jessica Cage. I didn't rate this one, and I'll get into that. Then I read Tempted by Danger, the whole entire Danger family series. Tempted by Danger is the first one by Endiya Carter. I gave that one 4.5 stars. Captivated by Danger by Endiya Carter, 4 stars. Then lastly, Intrigued by Danger by Endiya Carter. I gave it 4.5 stars. And honestly, on a reread, I think Intrigued could have gave me 4.75 5-star vibes, because it's something about this one, it's set apart from the other ones for me. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so first, Blood Like Fate. I'm looking at my notes, by the way. Since this is the second installment, I'll summarize what the setup of it is. In this witch community, you have to pass your calling. This is like an ancestral ritual basically that unlocks your powers as a witch. Like, you don't fully become into your own if you don't pass this, and they give you a task, and if you fail, you fail. And if you don't, you get your powers type shit. Boya is our main character, and she's just struggling to come out on the other side of her second chance at a task because she didn't do well in the first one, and that's really it on that. In the second one, she's trying to do what she can to bring her family and her community together when their lives and their powers are at stake. I did give it 3.75 because it was kind of underwhelming. Boya as the main character was annoying, and the plot was a lot to follow at times. I'm gonna let y'all know this though. I read the first book last year, literally August 2023. So a lot of details that really mattered to understand better the story, I don't remember them, and I didn't really care to remember, and I didn't want to reread it. So that also could have been a thing. I just finally wanted to finish the series, so I did, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, I think if I reread the first one, I think I gave it 4.25, but that really could have been 3.5, 3 as well. But I'm gonna leave it where it's at. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, next, I'll Have What He's Having. Again, I am recapping the ARC version, so if there were any drastic changes, I don't know nothing about that. I love what I read. There was a great combination of sex scenes, sweet moments, real as moments, and just overall chemistry. This was my first book by Adib, and I definitely want to read more. I want to say this is his first adult romance book. I don't remember where I read that from. I could be making that up. I felt like I was reading the work of one of my funniest friends. I really liked Adib's sense of humor. If you don't like spice, I wouldn't even go near this one, because they have a moment like a scene, intimate scene, before 20%. I think it was at 15%. And there's at least 4 scenes, at least 4. So I feel really, I wanted to say 6, but I really don't remember. It's been 2 months now. Yeah, if you don't like no kind of spice, you're not gonna like this. It gets nasty. It does. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there is a trend. I was on that time these last 2 months. Damn near every book that I read, I think wait a goddamn minute. All except for one book, Blood Like Fate, all of these had sex. Hey, these were trying times. I was finding my way out. Okay? I did what I had to do. Anyway. Whew. Yeah, if you don't like spice, don't read none of these for real, I guess. I did love both of their family bonds and their friend groups. I liked all the support that was around them. I really did. I really loved both of the main characters, David and Farzan, but I hated the way Farzan dumped on himself. He just didn't have everything all together. His shit wasn't together, but he was still a good person. He had good people around him. He was working on it. I just felt like he could have been giving himself more grace. Yeah, it kind of took me out of the story sometimes, because I was like, damn, dude, shit, damn near every conversation, every interaction that you have with yourself, with anyone else, it always comes down to, you ain't shit for real. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to read that. I don't. There was a mistaken identity meet cute that drew them together, and I loved how they kept, bumping into each other afterwards. I felt wow, this is fate. Yeah, like they was meant to be. They're both in their late 30s. I think they're both 37. And this was set in the Midwest, Kansas City, Missouri. It was really refreshing. If you like romantic comedies, I think you should pick this up for a little grown and sexy time. Now the rest of these, I want to say these are all Kindle Unlimited books. Yeah, the last 8 books that I read, they were all on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not saying I'm better than nobody, but like, I always want to at least read one book so I can feel like, oh damn, like my $12 is not going to waste type shit. But like for me to read 3 Kindle Unlimited books in 1 month and then 5 in another month, like, I'm really that girl. Yeah. Anyway, I read damn, I'm sorry, I'm too geeked right now. I then read Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown. This was 4.25 stars. This is my second Kimberly Brown book. I honestly had a lot of high expectations for this. Like, I'm like, she's not gonna let me down. Like, I already know. Like, you know, when you read one book by somebody, you just know that they're gonna be a go-to, or like it was comforting for me. You know, like I know her. Like, I knew what I was getting myself into. We are following Rhythm. She's a very successful occupational therapist. She basically uprooted her life to support her boyfriend's rap career. To support her boyfriend's rap career. And I hate that for our young ladies. I hate that for our young women to be following behind a man. I do. I did not like the beginning of the story. The setup, I was just like, can we get to what we're gonna do? Because this ain't it. She finds out that he isn't the same person she thought he was. He was moving very crazy. And she decided to move around. This does cause her to run into Channing. He is a successful music producer that actually works with her ex. It gets really messy. It gets messy because no, listen. Because he doesn't know that Rhythm is Raheem's ex that he's working with as like the music artist. And Raheem's over here like, oh my girl. And he's just like giving him advice. Look, like, you need to get your shit together for real. Like, what the And then she don't know that he working with him until they do know. If Rhythm didn't want him, I would quite literally jump into the book and hop on that. He would have been good as took, swooped up if you will, and I'm not playing around. I then read Keep You to Myself by Danae. This was 4.75 stars for me. This was the first one in the Unorthodox Love series. The second one is like a bonus story, but it's considered like number 2 in the series. So that's what I'm referring to it as. I don't even really fully know how to explain this one. I went in blind basically, and I want that for y'all. This was everything. Like, this was another book that I really wanted to get to, and I finally did. And I'm so happy that I did at this time. Like, I wanted to be like, damn, why didn't you read this sooner? But like, this was the time I was supposed to read this. For them to both try to meet each other where they were at and also like elevate each other. And when one was missing one thing and lacking, the other one was there to like add on to that and build them up. It was just incredible. I loved it. I cried several times, for real. I cried. Like, I was gonna say like I don't be doing that for real, but let's be honest here. I do. But I definitely cried. Like, it was a lot. There's just so much in this book that I just didn't see coming, and it was just so good. It was so good. Again, on a reread, it probably would get 5, but I was really in my critical bag. So I obviously have to read the next book, Keep Giving Me Love, 4.25. This honestly just made me love them even more than I already did. And they go through some stuff, and the way they both like work together as a team, I don't know, there's just so much understanding and love. They were just so equally matched despite their differences, and I would just like to follow their lives forever. Like, if Briann wanted to come out with like 20 length, you know what I'm saying, I've read every single one. Another emotional read. I'm pretty sure I cried on this one too. Don't remember. It was really good. All right, so next I read Finding My Bodyguard by A.Blossom. I give that one 4 stars. My first A.Blossom book, so I definitely need to get into some more. Now, any book that reminds me of what I used to read back in my day is gonna be a certified banger. I don't make the rules. That's just what it is. Monroe is our female main character, and she was brought up in a mafia world where women have no voice or choice. Because I rhymed. Not because she didn't have no voice or choice, I'm sorry. They're basically born to marry so the family can benefit, like women in the family, and like the men obviously will become like the head dogs or whatever, because like in these kind of societies, like the boys are supposed to carry out the legacy. She ends up tied up to this man that really wants to do his own thing and basically change so much about her. Like, he wants her to get her body done. In comes Dr. Royal London. He's actually, I don't know what his exact thing is, but he's, I believe, a plastic surgeon. So she goes in for like not an intake, what are they called, a consultation or something like that, whatever you get before, like, to make sure like you really want to do it. He sees something different in her. So yeah, let me see. He was born to lead his family, like his family's cartel, and he chooses a different route. So he gets like a lot of shit for that, because they're like, damn dude, like you didn't even want to do the family business, like you wanted to be a doctor, which is crazy because he's still really successful. He sees more from Monroe than her current arrangement, and he asks her if she wants to be saved. Who would say no? Who would say no? Would you say no? So let me see. Their story was what I needed at the time, and it was only 190 pages. Not to mention the affirmations while he was in it. Please go read this, y'all. I then read I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend by Jessica Cage. I don't know how to rate this. I don't. It was certainly something. I would definitely read this if you're in the mood for fun. And that's not me dumping on it at all. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I felt like 3 was giving it like too low of a score, but also like more than 3 was kind of like, was it? You know? So we're following Raina. She's tired of being the only single person in her friend group, and on a drunk night, she summons a demon. Like, she's reading like this romance monster love book or something like that. She likes the same books I do, for real. She just like me, for real. So she had summoned up this little demon or whatever. He shows up and she's surprised. She's shocked because it was a joke. It was just a little jokey joke. This is basically a journey of them trying to sever their bond. It was really cute to see them slowly become attached to each other. This was a wild ride of a book. It was also pretty spicy, you know. What can I say? And then last but certainly not motherfucking least, I read the Danger Family series by India Carter. When I tell you I was hooked, it was very addicting, very addicting. Like, I was reading on the clock. Okay, so I first read Tempted by Danger. This is the first one. I gave it 4.5 stars. This one was really high. I'm having flashbacks about somebody else's flashbacks. Like, okay, not to squeal. I have been wanting to read this series for I don't know how long, and it definitely did not disappoint. The summer doesn't really give you anything, so I'm not gonna give you anything. I'm gonna just keep this short and sweet for all of them, for real. This was like Grumpy Sunshine, Dom Sub, and it was Workplace. Very funny, very steamy. I already want to reread it. The next one was Captivated by Danger. I gave that one 4 stars. This one was rated a little bit lower because I didn't like a lot of the minor characters, but this had forced proximity in it. It was also a dom sub relationship. I think they switched a little bit, but I really don't remember. Very nasty. This had me questioning what I'm into, but not as much as the third one, which I'm about to talk about. Yeah. The third one was Intrigued by Danger. This was 4.5, and I really think on a reread, this one could be 4.75 or 5 stars. I don't really know why I didn't, but Declan's my favorite brother. These two are my favorite main characters, and this is just my favorite couple. When Declan made appearances in the other books, he annoyed the f out of me, but I did grow to love him a lot. He had like a lot of anxiety. That was in there if you like anxiety representation. Also in the second book, I believe she was considered plus size. So if you're also into that representation, there's that. This was dom sub, but they switched often, and the female main character was the more dominant one, which I love. There was financial dominance in there. There was like foot fetish in there, which I was like, don't nobody like no feet. But reading it, I was kind of like, yeah, I really enjoyed the female main character being the more dominant one. I liked their story. I liked that they met. It was very genuine, very sweet. I would like to join. And then I don't really have an October TBR or anything like that. I'm really just trying to vibe. I'm not trying to put any kind of anything on myself at the moment. It is currently October 5th as I'm recording this, and I'm reading The Perfect Sister by Desiree. I've been reading it for like maybe 5 days. I feel like I read it every 3 days. I am currently 15% into it, and I'm enjoying what I'm reading, but it's still really like on the setup right now, and I just want to get into it. Like, I know this could be a good book. I think this is something different than what I've been reading, and different than anything I've ever read. It's we're following this like kind of cult. It is a cult. They're called the Black Women Separatists, BWS. They're separating themselves from society. They don't feel like men or anyone from any other race should be in their community. So they really don't like nobody, but like the black men get a lot of flack. And like in the author's note, she was kind of like, damn, I love my black men, sorry for this. Like, this ain't no hard feelings. And like, honestly, like reading this, I'd be like, damn, do you love black men? Because this is crazy. I'm reading shit and I'm just like, what the f? In this society, they like basically, it kind of reminded me of Handmaid's Tale a little bit with like the breeding type of thing. Like, they make these kids, and if they're boys, they have to go somewhere else. I don't know where they're taking them kids. They take them somewhere because they're just like, oh, he's innocent now, but he's gonna become like a violent like man that's gonna cause harm or whatever. Crazy. Like, I feel like I've highlighted something every sentence. Let me see. This is also on Kindle Unlimited, I want to say. Yeah, it is. There's one lady named Andrea Harris. She is like one of the founders of this society or whatever. She's like a councilwoman, maybe, not a founding woman. She's like at the top though, and she has a daughter named Pandora, and Pandora is basically starting to like realize like maybe this shit ain't really what it's all supposed to be. Like, this is a little too perfect. Like, I don't know about this. Like, maybe there's something outside of these walls. And also there's this guy. His name is, damn, I don't know his name. Oh, I didn't highlight his name. What's his name? Damn. Anyway, there's this guy. He's really like mad because his mom was in this community, and she either was forced to give him up or she gave him up, and he doesn't really know. He never knew her, but he knows that. A lady hits him up. He's a police, I want to say, or a detective. A lady hits him up and was like, my daughter's been missing. I didn't even know they switched her out in the hospital. Something like that. She had twins or whatever, and she found out the other one was alive because I thought she thought they were dead. But like, they, at the beginning of the society, like, to get their numbers up, they were still in babies. I'm sorry if that was a plot twist, but like, they had to keep their community like numbers up. Like, they had to start somewhere. I don't even know. Like, I was thinking about recording this for a video, but I don't even want to talk to y'all about this. I just need to read this for myself. We gonna see. I'm liking it so far. I think it's interesting. I feel like I would like to watch this as like a TV series or whatever, like something I would see on Hulu or something. Thank y'all for watching. I hope that y'all enjoyed. See y'all in the next video. Bye. What is it? From Bring It On, or whatever, which one it was, which one, or she was like, you've been touched by an angel, girl. The one with Solange and them. Is that the one? Touched by an angel, girl. No, that's the one with I'm tripping. That's the one with the Tauros and the Clovers with Gabrielle Union, right? Am I tripping? I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me know. I know Nicole would know. All right, next. Sonovi was another man that could get took. No, honestly, it's Sonovi, black. Put some respect on his name. Then it's goddamn Channing Watson. Then it's goddamn Declan Danger. But Declan could honestly, I don't know, like, if I had a harem of men, they'd be in them. That's what I'm telling you. Sonovi's at the goddamn top. Like, he's dropping dick off. He's considerate. He's healing. He's working on himself. Even though he doesn't fully know everything, like, he's so gentle. He's so kind. Even though, like, he's really hard body for real. Like, he don't fuck around. Like, he take care of women. He cleans. He's a go-getter. He's a grinder. Today I am doing, I don't even remember how to do this anymore, so I'm jumping from jumping to jumping. I'm going to be doing an August and September wrap-up. I read 5 books. I'm sorry, I'm, you know when squirrels are running away from each other and stuff like that, are they fighting or fucking? Or both? Do y'all know? Because I just got entertained. Anyway, oh, it's a cute bike. Oh, it's pink. I need to get a bike. Am I going to ride it though? Anyway, I got this morning. What did I do? I'm gonna give you like hot words when I can't think right now. Black witches, legacies, matriarchy, deception, betrayal. I wish I got that on camera. I don't know if you hear it, but there's this young lady riding around on like a scooter, and it's definitely she's playing Glorilla. And it was that song that new one's like, hold on, what you just started, you know, scratch my booty, I don't know the words, obviously. Okay, anyway, whatever. And he was like, well, you don't want to be in the spotlight, so I'm actually not. I don't want to do this anymore. It just wasn't the time. Maybe I'll just do it in the morning. I'm gonna miss this. Whenever I move out, I just got a "you hungry" text. Food in the kitchen. when are you gonna get that anywhere else besides home?